Hi, I'm Ali from Bath Pilates and I'm really glad you've joined me today for a very brief session. We're going to be focusing on the shoulders and the spine, and it's just a really quick shoulder and spine kind of unwind if you've been maybe sitting at your desk all day, or if you've been in the garden and you're just feeling like you need to just kind of get everything moving and stretch out, or even first thing in the morning just to kind of get you going. So the only thing you're going to need is a blanket. You could also use a towel. I'm going to use a blanket. So you're going to hold it, first of all, just out in front of you with your feet about hips width, maybe a little bit wider apart. So you'll just begin, just let your shoulders drop down first of all. And then I'd like you to imagine that your blanket or your towel, we could also use a band, like an elastic band, for example, is a cape. And you're going to place your cape on your shoulders, and then you can take your cape back off again. So just getting used to this very kind of simple task that we'll do maybe if we're putting on a coat. So just getting the shoulder moving a little bit, and you'll notice that you move or you work through one shoulder in particular. As I am showing you, I'm using my dominant arm, my right arm, to do this. So I'll do that one more time, and then you can join me and we will switch sides. So you'll put your cape or your whatever it is that you're using on the other way. So using the other hand, the other shoulder, and just noticing how that feels. So as you're doing this, just breathing really naturally, and you're just using up a little bit of space here as you're putting on your cape and taking it off. So just do that one more time. And then from there, we'll put it on the other way around and take it off. So we're going to go around in a circle. So if you're putting it on with your right arm, you'd be taking it off with your left arm. And once you've got the hang of that, and that might take a few repetitions, then you're going to start to make that more of a flowing movement without actually putting your cape on. So you're kind of going around in a circle. And as you're doing this, I'd like you to notice that really it's the shoulders that are doing all the moving. So you're not really moving your spine at the moment. And let's just go around the other way and see how that feels. So the other thing that you'll need, I guess, is a little bit of space so you can kind of swing your blanket cape around the body. I had forgotten to mention that earlier, but hopefully you have this space available to you now. So as you're going around in this circle, notice your spine is staying fairly still and all the movement is happening through the shoulders. Maybe there's some clicking or some popping, or you can maybe feel some restriction in the shoulders as you're doing this. You're also moving through your wrist to kind of flick your cape around. We'll go around the other way again. Now we're going to add a little bit onto this, and we're going to actually add some spinal movement. So as you take your cape on and off, or go around in a circle, allow now to make a little bit more of a show of the movement and your spine to side bend. So you're getting some lovely stretching down the side seams of the body, from your armpits down to the outer hips. And really, you'll make this movement as big as the space around you allows. And then again, you can reverse the direction of the circle. And for me, this is feeling really lovely. I've been sitting in front of my computer, zooming this morning. So just getting the spine moving, kind of freeing things up feels great. One more element here, I'm going to reverse the direction again and go side on, is as the cape comes forwards, allow your spine to gently forward flex. So you're not moving the pelvis, but you are moving the upper back as if you're beginning a roll down. So just looking down towards the feet and then taking your gaze forwards as you take your cape around. At any point, obviously, you can change the direction. So we're side bending and we're forward flexing. Notice how maybe your breathing is slightly increasing in tempo and depth as you go. I certainly can feel mine. And we'll just do this maybe 3 more times, side bending and flexing. And then we're going to keep the towel, cape, blanket, whatever it is that you've got behind us, and just briefly lay it on our shoulders. Okay, from here, you're going to extend the arms all the way up into the air. And keeping a hold of your towel here, you're going to move the arms behind you. So just opening up across the chest and then bring the arms back up again. And just repeat that a few times, moving backwards. Now, for me, as I'm doing this, I can feel a stretch across the front of my shoulders and my chest. And across my back, I can feel that my shoulder blades are drawing towards one another to allow this movement to happen. What you might notice as you go back is that you're needing to kind of bend an elbow to take the cape further behind you. So you might want to just take the hands a bit wider apart to give you a little bit more leeway in the shoulders. So then you can keep your arms straight. And then you can play with taking the blanket further down behind you and then all the way up. So you're getting that lovely chest stretch. So you'll find the width of your hands that allows this movement to happen, providing your blanket or towel is wide enough for this, so that you're able to move the arms behind you and back up again without needing to bend your elbows. So this is where you could do this with a stretchy band, and that would really allow that movement to be much smoother because the band would allow for the hands to widen as you go backwards into the greatest part of the stretch. So as I'm doing this also, just check that your ribs aren't popping forward. So you want to avoid this kind of back arching happening as the arms go behind you, so that really you're only moving from your shoulders and not from your spine. So the front of the ribs want to just gently sink downwards or settle downwards so that the movement is purely in the shoulders. We'll bring the arms back up into the area, and I'm just going to take a slightly narrower grip again. You could do the same. And with the feet a little wider, I always think of this as the sort of Vitruvian man position. And we're going to take it into a side bend from here. So just opening up through the side seams. Again, much like we did before, but now in a just slightly more controlled, slower way. Notice how you're breathing, and I quite like to exhale into the stretch and inhale to come out of it. The inhalation giving a feeling of elongation and length, floating back up to neutral. Check your shoulders, feel like they can drop so you're not hiking them up as you're doing this. And then let's do that one more time. Last one now, to your right side, and we're just going to sweep the arms out in front and just come into sort of the beginnings of a roll down, and then sweep with your right hand the cape to your left side, coming into that side bend stretch, and then go forwards again. So we're just doing the forward portion of that movement, side bending, a slow forward flexion, and then again side bending. And you can make this movement a little bit bigger into the forward bend each time that your towel sweeps through the midline. So you can bend your knees and just take it a little bit lower into your kind of roll down position. Easy breathing. Each time a little bit lower. Just warming up the spine, coaxing it into a greater movement. And then eventually staying at the bottom in your kind of roll down, knees bent position. Let the head really hang and just shake it out, let go of the shoulders. And you can keep a hold of your blanket here as you slowly roll your spine back up, keeping the arms relaxed, and unfurl your spine all the way to the top. And we'll just roll the spine back down again, so curl the chin in. Breathe and roll, softening the knees, letting go, and rolling the spine back up. And let's do that one more time, just because it feels really nice to roll the spine down. All the way back up. Float the head up, and there you go. That's your little quick shoulder and spinal saver. I hope you enjoyed that, and your shoulders and your back feel a lot easier and more mobile and more relaxed. Have a really nice day, everyone, and I'll see you again soon.